Scale, Cahilach, Taoiseach and Taoiseach now. I'm delighted to be able to say a few words here this evening on this very important topic, and I suppose it's like a spinning top. We don't know whether we're coming or going. The U27 leaders will meet tomorrow, the 10th of April, to discuss the latest developments on Brexit. Actually, it's an iconic day for us in South Tipperary, where the leader of the Republican Army, General Liam Lynch, met his death on that particular day, and we commemorated it last Sunday. This, as we know, is happening because of the rejection of the withdrawal agreement by the House of Commons. As we know, on the 5th of April, Theresa May, British Prime Minister, sent a letter to Donald Tusk asking for an extension to the Article 50 period. She proposed the date of the 30th of June 2019, adding that the UK government would continue to prepare to hold European Parliament elections should the UK still be a member at the time of the elections. And that's confusing enough in its own right, and it's confusing obviously for candidates here who are set to, constituencies here, set to get an extra seat in each of them, Ireland South and the other one up in the North East. And, you know, people don't know whether they're coming or going. But that's not, I suppose, unusual here. The government don't know whether they're coming and going in many issues, not to mention Brexit. And I do acknowledge all your hard work, and have done several times, Taoiseach, in relation to Brexit, and your briefings that you've given to us at different times. Unlike your boss, sometimes he's said different things that, you know, were sent out mixed messages. But you put a lot of hard work into it. And I'm delighted that you found time to visit Clonmala last Thursday evening. It's a pity you didn't let me know you're coming. I'd be there to meet you. I'm delighted you called to our mutual friend, wonderful businessman, John Fitzgerald, and his colleague, Donald Dugan, to see the new expanded offices in this time of rising economy. Two good business people, give them great employment, and I'm glad you had time to call in to see them. And if you'd let me know, we'll have a cup of tea ready for you in my office. I hope you got tea anyway and things like that. We always give a special fault to Annie Cockman in Tipperary, but Gormagud, for your indulgence, Cahilach. On the 21st of March, as I said, 21st of March, the EU27 leaders decided to delay the Brexit date until the 12th of April 2019. Should the withdrawal agreement be rejected, and delayed it is and delayed it will. It is absolutely clear, therefore, that we are in incredibly dangerous times in terms of the chaos and inability that is afflicting Westminster. Prime Minister May has nearly caused a civil war in her own party by reaching out to the main Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn, that she has repeatedly said he's unfit for government. This is creating huge additional instability. And the Labour leader here, while he wouldn't rise to or claim to have anything to do with the Labour leader across the water, he's looking for a 5-year delay now, I heard him. I think there's merit in it, for one reason only is the absolute uncertainty that's being created, has been created, is being created, and is there among Irish business people, Irish workers, Irish farmers, and all of us in these 26 counties. The absolute, nonsense that has gone on, and the whole, confusion that has reigned. And I have to go back and say again, the EU leaders, when the sovereign people of Great Britain decided to leave, they got a lot of derision, a lot of lectures from the heads, from our big buys in Europe. That was uncalled for, and that didn't help. And it poured, petrol on already, emerging flames, in my belief. So I honestly believe that, we're in a perilous situation. When we have referendums, and we had Leeds and Lisbon, we're talking about one of them later on here, we go back to the people against the kind of democracy we have here. It's an elasticated one. We even have the elasticated government and confidence supply now, and the pipe is jerking, but the water is still going through, and there's still, all right, Jack, I'm okay. Minister Harris is fine, don't worry about the cervical cancer, don't worry about the Children's Hospital report out again today. You have a free pass to do what you like. But that's no good to the man who wants bread and butter on his table and look after their children and their children's future. I know we passed the omnibus piece of legislation here, but that's not going to be good enough either. The absolute uncertainty that's being caused. And if it happened to be a crash out, which almost happened, we thought, or we believe that it might or could, I believe that that is literally economic sabotage, waging an economic war on us here in our little island country. And I don't use those words lightly. It is, and it would. That's the impact it would have. And the uncertainty that's been generated and allowed to generate and been mushroomed and around, and one day with the Taoiseach saying we're going to have soldiers on the border, the next thing we're going to have no border, and all the different aspects of customs being and revenue being hired. What are we going to do with all these people we hire if we haven't, if we don't need them on the border? And I hope we don't need them on the border. The Good Friday Agreement has to be, and this is the anniversary of it, has to be respected and must be respected because it's an international made agreement, and people like the late Alex Reid and Matt Mansell, my former colleague, and many others played their part in that. So that can't be touched. But we're putting up with too much here, and we're being the nice boys in Europe. And what are we getting from our friends across the border? At times, kick, where it hurts. And it's not good enough. Too many people's livelihoods, too many people's hard work in setting up their businesses and their export business, manufacturing business, in the agri-industry and other industries, machinery and everything else, are there, and they don't know where they're coming and going. They have sleepless nights, they don't know when the end is going to come. So I think there is merit in what Deputy Howden said. I don't agree with him a lot of things a lot of the time, but that we need some sense of a decent period to work with as regards to withdrawal date, if there's going to be indeed a withdrawal date. So we need to stop the knee-jerk reactions that we're going to have 30 days more and 20 days more, and we're going to see if, and we might see what happens in the European election. We shouldn't be up to us here in this Parliament either, I'd say to the previous colleagues, to second guess who might be elected to the European Parliament to represent the people of Great Britain and England. That's their, and everybody elected has the right, wherever they come from. If they're elected by the people, they are elected. That's democracy. So we shouldn't be sounding off sides as to who might represent England. We have to have clarification, obviously. We're going to have the seats, or are they going to have the seats, or whatever. That's why we need certainty here, now more than ever. And, I do compliment you, said Tánaiste, and I have done several times, both privately and publicly, for your tireless efforts in this area. But as I said, others in your party, and especially the man that was sitting on your right there a while ago, the boss, has been a bit flippant at times and a bit all over the place, but that's nothing unusual. He's used to that anyway, and sending selfies and whatever else. So, good.
You've followed through.